Hello, you are all very welcome to Straight from the Horse's Mouth, the Pony Play podcast. My name is Kylian and I am your host and guide as we explore this vast world of play, kink, and community. Well, we've finally gotten through all the contestants for the upcoming North American Pony and Trainer contest. I hope you've enjoyed hearing all of these different points of views from various pony players from across the United States. I have always been fascinated with the wide variety of gear, tack, and ways to play. It sounds cliche, but there is no wrong way to engage in pony play. Of course, after saying that, I'll be the first to contradict that and complain to a friend about something I've seen on Instagram or Twitter. Anyways, I wanted to start the long and never-ending conversation about gear and tack that can be used in our play. I will be the first person to say, gear is not needed to engage in pony play. That being said, certain pieces of tack can be great tools to help put a pony deeper into their headspace, which, let's be honest, is probably the main goal for most pony players. The weight of a pulling harness, the feeling of a swishing tail grazing the back of your legs, the pull of reins on the bit in your mouth. These are all sensations that can trigger a mental response that allows the pony to fall into a deeper sense of submission and allows their conscious thought to be put aside and react to outside forces instinctively. So while any pony player worth their weight in salt will say you don't need gear to be a pony, it can certainly make a difference. I would go further to argue that different tacking gear is more impactful on an experienced pony who has trained using very limited resources because they've done the work to be able to engage their headspace organically, and tacking gear will only reinforce that training. So, today I want to talk about the differences between two of the most identifiable pieces of tack we use, the full closed hood and the open-faced bridle. While at their core they have the same function, to control the horse in front of you, they have fundamentally different purposes when it comes to pony identity and play. Let's get into it. Some may not know this, but as a pony, I actually use both the closed hood and an open-faced bridle. You only see pics online of the hood I have from the Ukrainian leather fashion house Bob Bassett. But when I'm in a scene, I will choose my headgear based on what the purpose and end goal of that scene is. For the bondage, sexual, and bedroom scenes, I'll choose my hood because that's usually what my partner in that time would like me to use. But also, it's the more strikingly visual reminder that in that scene, I am a horse. I'll also opt for my full hood in the public-facing events where it's not primarily people in the fetish scene or leather community. Events like a pride parade or other sort of festival where photos will be taken, and once again, I need to make it very clear that I am a horse in that moment. Contrary to that, when the scene I'm participating in is work-focused, I will opt for the open-faced bridle I had made by Pony Dega, or the Black Wolfess, who is a member of the DC Pony Herd and a very talented tack maker. This bridle allows a bit to go directly in my mouth, so when I'm pulling a cart, I can sense every small direction being given by the person holding my reins. I can also hear and see clearly, which in a training session will have its benefits, especially when working on new concepts that can confuse both the pony brain and the human brain. If I'm headed to a bar or club for a gear night or social situation, I will also usually opt for the bridle just because it's easier to be social in that situation. Do you know how difficult it is to hear someone talk to you in a loud bar when your head is enclosed by leather? It's tough. Among these differences, there's also the identity side of these particular pieces of gear, which was talked about at great lengths in earlier episodes of this podcast. The differences between roleplay ponies and forced ponies, pony boys and pony girls, open-faced ponies and hooded ponies. It all comes down to how you as a horse like to play and what gear works best for you in that situation. I'm not here to tell you what to do or what kind of gear is best. I'm also not going to go into a long review process of different makers' gear because I'm not an authority on quality and craftsmanship. And besides the point, by the time you listen to this episode, the list of makers I would give would be outdated because it is constantly growing and shrinking as time goes by. If you want an up-to-date list, shoot me a message. There's a Google Doc floating around there somewhere that always stays updated. Back to what I was saying. I'm not here to tell you what kind of gear is best. There is no best piece of tack. There is no grand goal of tack that needs to be attained. Tack and gear is so personal to each pony, and that's what's beautiful about it. Ponies come in all different shapes, types, and sizes. Unlike other communities, we strive to stand out rather than blend into a pack or hive mind of sameness. What matters is, does the tack work for you? And I'll add to this, my favorite thing is to see a pony try new things. A friend who was primarily a full-hooded pony recently tried an open-faced bridle, and I celebrated with them because of the growth they experienced trying something new. Anyways, this is a short episode. It's a holiday week. I'm busy. And that's all we have time to get into today. If you have questions, feel free to send me a message. I'm always happy to chat. And who knows, maybe one of these weeks I'll do a Q&A session on an episode. This has been Straight from the Horse's Mouth. If you like this and want to hear more, hit that subscribe button and come back next week. And as always, thanks for listening.